we are now moving towards creating a database. When you want to create a database, when you start creating the objects of your database, the most important thing that you need to do beforehand is to plan. It is important that you design, you plan your database well in advance before you start working on the database, so that you will minimize your efforts and you'll utilize less time as compared if you have planned your database well. Whenever you start doing a work, the first thing that you keep in mind is the goal. When you are preparing for an examination, the first thing that comes to your mind is you want to clear that exam, you want to pass that particular exam or test. And that is the main goal, and accordingly you work towards that goal. You will relate to my lecture, this particular video, if you are particularly a management student. The first principle of management is to plan. I'll tell you the importance of planning in case of Access database. No matter how much enthusiastic you are or excited you are to build your database, it is very important that you organize your business data. You can't just come on the Access database and start typing in data. You think these tables or queries or etc. have just been prepared? No. There was certain kind of thought process that went into before making this particular database. If you look at this contracts table, it has the order ID, it has the customer's ID, it has when this sales was made, what product is sold. All this is kept, these fields are kept not just for the sake of it. They have certain significance, and hence it is important that you decide well in advance as to what fields your database will have. If you have done that effectively, if you spend more time in beginning in planning and designing your database, there'll be very less frustration you will have to later work upon, and you will not have to redo tasks. If tomorrow you realize that the sales date was not available, and then when you go back and input the sales date, it will be a very big task. But if you do it then and there with the order placed, it will be very easy for you. The backfilling that you will need to do later will become very less, and that will cause extremely less frustration, and also you'll be able to analyze your data very well. Always remember what all information you are tracking. Over here in this database, the one who prepared this database is basically trying to track the contracts. Okay, what kind of sales the company has made, who are the customers, what about their invoices. Okay, so it has been very well planned. So what information you will need is what you need to jot down on a paper, on a Word document. You need to write down what all you need, what all you want to analyze finally, and for that what you'll require. Whenever you're cooking a particular dish, if you have thought of some dish, you obviously know what are the ingredients that will be required, which will finally make that dish. So it is something like that. The final dish is your Access database, and the ingredients are your objects. So your objects, their fields need to be very clear in order to finally prepare the correct database. Then you need to examine what kind of end results you want to see. Whether you want to find out which product is making the highest profit, which customer is giving you the highest sales, okay, or you want to blend all this data and finally create a report which gives you all the information with respect to sales, employees, customers, whether they have paid or not paid. You can do it very effectively if you have planned your database well. So ask yourself these questions, prepare those fields accordingly, and then generate that kind of data to finally have a very good database. Planning ahead will be your half work done. So, and this will eventually help you, your business, your company, which will provide a very good database solution overall. Hence the importance of planning and designing your database very well. Since this is the next thing that we're going to start is going to be a case study, and we have already framed that case study for you, you will miss out on that planning part, but you need to remember this, that planning is very, very important when you are creating an Access database.